Just bounce to this.
Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Brandon Clements and welcome back to part 4 of our Substance Painter tutorial series here on Glasshand. Today what we're going to take a look at is the difference between paint and fill layers and also their respective paint and fill effects in the layer stack. So it's pretty basic, but it's going to be very powerful if you understand that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Substance Painter. Okay, so here we are in Substance Painter. I'm going to be using my, I have a small Intuos 4 Wacom tablet, Wacom, whatever. So I need to upgrade. I need to get a larger tablet. So if you guys are in the market, I definitely recommend at least getting a medium-sized tablet or a Cintiq if you can get one. But anyways, so here we are, and let's go ahead and add a regular paint layer. And I will kind of talk about the difference between the paint and fill layers, okay? So we already know that we can paint across multiple channels, so I just want to use the color. And if you guys are hearing this weird bird in the background, like here in Louisville, it's like kind of storming right now, and there's like a bird that's trapped in, there's like a bathroom back here in the studio, and there's just this weird bird that's squawking around. Anyways, we'll try to ignore him. So let's go ahead and get like a 80% white here. So let's do like 0.8 here in our vibrance. He's really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but let's go ahead and turn the environment. So let's hold shift and right click. And I'm just going to go and grab one of our brushes here. I'm just going to grab like a dirt brush right here. Okay, so as you can see, we're painting on the actual model and it's showing up in our 2D view. So we kind of have like this 70% gray and then we have like this 80% white over top of it. And this is fine, and this is on our actual paint layer, okay? So that's cool. Let's go ahead and hide that and let's add a fill layer. And let's go and change the color. And let's just turn it to red so we can see that. So automatically the fill layer is just going to, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory, just fill the layer. But the thing is, we can't paint on the fill layer. So how can we utilize this? Well, we can actually add a black mask. Okay, so once we add that black mask, you'll see we actually have the fill layer, and then we have the mask, and then we have these little icons beneath here, and these are very important. So I have my mask selected right now, so I can add an effect. So once I go over here to the effects and I say add color selection, you immediately notice that this turns kind of like this burgundy color, and this one's still charcoal gray because there is no effects on the actual fill. There is an effect on the mask. So the color selection, we can come over here and pick a color and choose this yellow type of color. And immediately we see that the yellow portion of our ID matte is working awesome for us, but we get these weird streaks in the helmet. All we need to do is just kind of bump up the tolerance here and just make Substance Painter a little bit more confident in that yellow. And if you zoom in, there's probably going to be some areas around here that's going to be hard to pick up, but it's just a matter of sliding the tolerance up. And you can see that it's reading the RGB values of that yellow. So you know exactly if it's hitting those colors or not. Okay, so this is our color selection on our actual mask. Okay, so if I click on the actual fill layer, I still can add effects onto the fill layer. Now I can't paint, but if I needed to paint, I can add a paint effect. So just add paint. And then I can begin painting. Let's change our color mode to say purple-ish. So then I can begin painting here on this effect. So if you need to, you can use the fill layer, and if you had to paint a certain spot, you can click on the fill layer and add the paint effect here. And notice that these appear on their own separate layouts here once you click between the mask and the fill. And you can begin to stack multiple effects on top of each other, and the order of these effects does matter. So you can right click and say move up or down once you have stacked all of your effects here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just hide this real quick, and it's not in effect right now. We have the paint layer. Let's add a fill. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's add a fill effect to this. And as you can see, it's filling with this color here. So let's just change our color, and then we can do a number of things. We could add a generator. Once you select the generator, let's go ahead and add like this dirt, and you can immediately see that it takes effect. Now let's swap the order of the dirt. Let's move this down, and you can see that the fill becomes apparent here. Now we can't add a mask to an effect, but what we could do is change the blending mode of this to multiply, and then you can see that in the parts that were white, we're getting that same fill color in the sides here. Okay, so you can use this to your advantage in a number of different ways, and of course we have all these options here for the dirt level, and you can begin utilizing this in your workflow. Let's go ahead and delete these. So like I said, it's pretty basic. You have a paint layer and you have like the fill layer, but you can do so much with just these two layers and the effects that I had just shown you. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too boring for you guys, and it really comes into play when you're doing your workflow. And if you understand the difference between the fill and the paint layers and like how the effects can help you, you're pretty much never going to get stuck on your project, and you can use those strategically to quickly add different effects like dirt or grunge, depending on what you're going for. So I hope that's opened your eyes to what you can do with those types of layers and effects. And if you have any questions, just please leave them in the comment section below. And definitely give this video a like if you did like it, and share it with your friends. And we're going to be releasing these videos daily, so definitely come back, subscribe to the channel, and check out what we have to offer. So it's been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, guys, for everything, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.